Let's see what we got here. I need to move that over some. Okay. Why is it only doing that? What did? Okay, guys, I've never took and done this on my phone, so trying to figure out how to take and make it. Okay. I'm trying to get a full picture, but I'm not sure. Hey, Betty. I'm after some bluegill and catching a bunch of bass in the farm pond today. I'm trying to figure out how to get this set up here to make a decent picture. But, whoop, sorry. This is crazy. Should have brought something, I guess. How I get to do the whole. Fill the whole screen. That's what I'm trying to do. It might be. Let me see. But, yep, I sure did. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Betty. You're a lifesaver today. Let's see. Whoop. Okay. So much for my tripod staying in place. Let's try this. Let's see. I got my tablet over here synced off my phone so I can read the comments. And get it to show up right. Yeah, it's a little sluggish out here, it looks like. Hey, Chunky, how you doing? That's an awesome video with you, boy. That really was great. That would be nice if the comments stayed up here on this one. Why is this so dark? Well, so far today, I hope the sound is going well enough. Hitting several gills. I've caught one bass, 4 1/4 pounds. Another one about 2 1/4. Several in the 1 to 1 3/4 range, and some gills. I'll have to try to figure out my tablet where I can see the chat there in a minute. Let me get rebait it and get out here. See if I can't finally catch some fish on the live screen here. But I'm not at my pond today. I'm up the road at a neighbor's pond. I hadn't been up here in several years. But this pond used to have 10, 11, 12-inch bluegill in it. Just massive. Funnest to be catch them on light stuff. But he told me this spring he had a fish kill off. Killed almost all them big bluegill. All kinds of bass. Now, bass, he used to have a problem with them being stunted because they were overgrown. There was too many of them in this pond. But since that fish kill, I just pulled out some nice ones today. It cut the food population problem down. And the bass that survived the pond when it flipped over apparently have taken off rather well. The gills I've been catching, about 6 inches maybe. Some smaller, maybe a bigger one here and there. But none of the massive ones like it used to have. And even the bass are biting on night crawlers and redworms today. Oh, had the bobber running across the pond. Now he stopped. Yep, I think I got him. Yeah, I got him. Finally a fish on live stream. Woohoo! There's a little nice bluegill there. Good, healthy looking. I think if it starts feeding the bluegill and giving them a heads up, they'll start taking off again like they used to, because there is some massive good genetics in the bluegill in this pond. Trying to use 2 poles, but that's almost becoming too much to try to do today. It took me forever to get a moment to start live streaming it. I did get some video on the GoPro earlier on the bass I was catching. Oh, and that just made a mess when I dropped that with this line. Figures. I may have to cut this and start it over from that. Well, that went my sinker. Oh, there we go. Came on out. I'll get back to checking the comments here in a minute. Hopefully you can hear what I'm saying. We'll find out here shortly. Thank you for anybody that's come on in while I've been busy trying to get everything together here. But I don't care what kind of fish it is. If they're biting and you're using light enough equipment, it's fun. Especially on a beautiful day like this in Kentucky. For November, we should break a record today, hit about 79, maybe even 80. It's hard to say. I just got some lightweight stuff out here, a little Akuma type reel and on a whooping stick, which I use for crappie and panfish, and I just grabbed a Zebco 33. So nothing spectacular or fancy. I didn't expect to be catching 2 and 4 pound bass either today, so that's a fun surprise on this lighter stuff. Of course, as far as I'm concerned, the Zebco 33 is an all-around little workhorse anyway. You got a better chance on getting stuff in. Okay, let's see. I think the bait was about gone on this that I caught that one bluegill on a second ago. But there ain't nothing like staying busy. Yeah. Trying to put that one out there a little further, maybe looking for them big ones. But the bigger bass earlier was hitting it right up here, just a few feet from the shore. Okay, that's the chat. Loud and clear, good, thank you. Yeah, I don't know why the chat won't stay up on this. He's buffering. Are y'all having any buffering problems? That might be because I'm linking it off of my phone out here. This tablet doesn't have its own internet connection. Fish on. I ain't doing quite the numbers y'all were doing the other day, but I think I missed that one. Well, it's good to be catching. Last night was a big dud with 2 bullheads, but I guess that was better than... there we go. Nice little one. Good catfish bait. Just the right size. Whoop. Come here, you little thing. There we go. Nice little good catfish size bluegills. Good and healthy, pretty color. I really love to hook into one of them big old 10, 12-inch bull bluegills that we used to catch in here. I got a picture of one I was holding up next to my head, and the dang thing was about as big as my head was. I'm talking about from length and width wide. I'll have to post that on the Big Cats Bourbon Facebook page later. I actually do have proof. Hey, Chad. Just a little bluegill fishing and ended up catching bass too today on live bait. Let's see. Oh, there's something going after that one. After the last few trips I've had, I had to come out somewhere where I could redeem myself. Unfortunately, I was just talking about this pond used to have 10 to 12-inch bluegill in it. And the farmer that lives here, this ain't my pond, had a fish kill in the spring. It did a big wipe on him. But it actually helped his bass population because he was having a bunch of stunted bass, great big heads, little bodies, and they've actually picked up. I've caught several around 2 pounds, pound and a quarter, pound and 3/4, just on night crawlers, reeling them in. That's striking at it when I'm reeling it in. And I've got some of the bass over in the live well in the back of the truck. He told me to keep some, which I'll transport them home, put them in my own pond, let them get a little bit bigger. There ain't nothing the matter with eating bass either. Fry it up and season it right. Oh, that's a little one. Perfect flathead size for me. Now, this is the way I like fishing, one after another, regardless of what size it is. I'm going to try to put the John boat in the creek where I was fishing last night and see if maybe I can't locate the crappie. We used to have 14 and 15-inch crappie in that little old creek years ago. Uh-oh! This one's a little bit bigger. There goes Brother Bobber. This is one of them bass. I guarantee it. That's it. Oh, jump a little. That's more fun on the old Zipco. Maybe about 12 inches. He's a lot nicer. Good and healthy and getting fat. Body and head size proportional nowadays. Uh-oh, that one went for a dive. He didn't take it though. Dang, it's getting hard to keep up. Not that that's an awful problem to have by any means. Well, let's see here. Well, am I missing anything? That's some chat. Chat. Oh, what time's dinner, bud? I don't know why the chat's not staying up with this. I need to restart this. Put some of these bluegill over the live well. I just got about 4 or 5 inches of water in the bucket. That's better. Uh-oh. That one's doing a little action now. Yeah, got him. We go. Hit bluegill. I haven't caught any real small bass. Nice gills. And as Palmetto and Creole said, just a good old gold Aberdeen hook and a worm last night on Norm's show. All that fancy stuff for bluegills, nah. Like I say, the largemouth has just been hitting it, reeling it in. I apologize if I look a little crooked, but it's kind of a bit of a hill here, so I had to set the tripod up, which is the first time I've used a tripod in my camera. I've been using my laptop, which I like real well, because I can see everything real easy going on there, but I guess I best get used to using my phone, especially when I get out on the boat and stuff. So I guess I need to figure out how to link it through my GoPro too. I think I got the program downloaded and everything. I just ain't played around with it to see how really it works. Well, it works. But if you're watching, appreciate it. Hit the like button. You know the deal. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I'm small, but I'm trying to build. If somebody wants to share the link out there, Chad, maybe you could share it up on Facebook there for me or something. I'd appreciate it. I know you got a lot of people watching your Facebook and watching what you're doing. Let's see if I can get this back over here up where I can see the chat. I can't run back and forth over there and try to read that. And my old eyesight sure ain't going to show me nothing from here. I need to figure out. This thing just ain't very bright out here. Yeah, maybe that's why. I got it cut way back. That's better. Now maybe I'll be able to see what's going on. Chat-wise, anyway. Yeah, that one's getting a little bounce to it. It's starting to go. Come on, come on. That's it. Nope, not that time. Oh, that's better. Hey, Norm's in the house. Jesse, hey, glad to see y'all guys. Well, I'm just trying to get set up here and somewhat so I can see what the chats are saying. And well, since you had the show on panfish last night, I figured I'd try to come on out and find some, Norm. This is a farm pond not far from my place that used to have 10 to 12-inch bluegill in it. Unfortunately, they had a fish kill in the spring and it killed a lot out, but it did allow the bass to start having a healthier population and gaining weight. It had a real bad problem with small bass with big heads. No body weight in here. But I've already hit several between the pound and a quarter to 2 pound range. They used to not be above about 10 inches at best. So the guy that owns the pond was real happy to see that. He didn't think there was much of anything left in here after that fish kill. But I've been pulling out gills anywhere from 3-4 inches up to about 6, maybe one even 7 out of the batch so far. So we were talking about it and pond management and stuff, and told him we need to start feeding these bluegills again, give them a high food source so they can catch back up, put that weight on, because the genetics are still in these to be that size again, because they are the offspring. In fact, he told me I could keep some and take back to my pond. I want to take and get this genetic stock infused into mine, because these bluegill was just massive back in the day. No, Chad, I'm up at the road at another farmer's pond. This pond's been here, 35 years or better, maybe even going on 40. I used to fish it in my early 20s, maybe even late teens. So I was coming up here hoping to catch some of them big bluegills go back to get infused in my pond stock. But like I say, they kind of got wiped out when the thermocline flipped in the spring. So I imagine there's still some in here. It didn't kill all of them. Thermocline flip never does kill everything in a pond usually, on average. I won't say it never happens, but it's unlikely that everything goes. Just like the bass I've been pulling out today are much healthier due to things changing. Oh, thank you, Chad. Appreciate you sharing that. You too, Noel. But yeah, I come up here all the time. Used to mainly come up here and throw them back and so forth. But he wanted me to keep some out, thin out some of the smaller stuff on the gills a little bit to give them a better shot. And told me to take some of the bass too, so that the big ones wouldn't be taking all the gills. He prefers the gills for eating more than he does the bass. But he got them in here to try to control the population. So I'm just kind of having fun and helping out a neighbor today. I seen somebody say, Ace, did Ace slide in here? Yeah, there he is. Hey, Ace. Appreciate you dropping on by. I'm actually catching fish on camera today. Oop, wrong one. The sun looks like it's going off. Come on. Oop, pull a little harder. Well, yeah. Two going at once there. I think I need 4 hands. But I'm using cow hooks, kind of keep them 2 on one that I'm not holding on to. I'm swallowing them down too far. But it is a beautiful day out today. And bass is hitting that little light spinning reel out there. They will pull the drag and make it sound pretty. Yeah, I like all fishing, Norm. I don't care whether it's bluegill, carp, catfish, drum, crappie, bass. If they're biting and you got the right size tackle, they're fun. I'm having a problem getting hooked up on some of these now. They're getting sneaky, grabbing hold of the worm by itself. But I don't want to use too small a hook because I don't want them swallowing it. That's not the point of this expedition. The point of this expedition is good, healthy, and alive. Either for me to take a few or to release them back. I mean, if I end up with anything gut hooked that ain't going to survive, it's going to become catfish bait. So it won't go to waste anyway. It'll hit the freezer. Really don't like frozen bluegill, but in a pinch, if there's nothing else, it's better than nothing. You can always, one trick too, you can get you some chicken liver too and cut that bluegill up and then put them all in a Ziploc bag with that chicken liver and kind of let it soak up a little bit of blood back into it. One ton, glad to see you in the house, brother, whoever which one, Josh, Hart, the whole crew. Aha, got you. Oh, this is bass. There it goes. Yeah. Let's see. Come on in here. There you go. Like I said, small enough equipment, it's fun regardless. Ooh, you tried to swallow that. Let's see, where you at? Yeah. I just might have to let that. Well, what do I do with that? Oh, there it is. Guess you're gonna get to keep my hook on this one. Nice little chunky bass. Good, thick. Whoop! I think I missed that one. Like I said, I can't keep 2 going at once, huh? Well, at least today it looks like I can actually fish, even if it ain't catfish. This thing of wormies is starting to get to the bottom. I done about went through one thing of baby night crawlers. Let's see. Well, today we're not just fishing, we're catching. So anybody else out there fishing? See, I ain't had too much luck these last few days, but today turning on. I walked out to my pond and hit a 4-pound bass right from the start. Then went down the creek and hit 2 or 3 nice ones in a couple pound range. So I thought I'm gonna run up the road and see how the bluegill up here until I got the bad news about not too many of them left in here of major size. But it's still fun. Okay, out today. Ah, got him. With a bluegill. Yeah, that one's a little bigger than the last one. And I think I crossed your eyeball there with that hook, didn't I? Well, hopefully you'll keep your eyeball. If not, you won't see the flathead coming at some point in your future, I guess. Times are getting to be 20 to 2. I figured these things probably slowing down about 2, but I don't know. Apparently nobody's been fishing up here in a while since they didn't think there was too much left to catch in here. I figured I'd play around here to about 2 or 2:30 or so, and then head back to my place and maybe hit the creek up again where I was fishing last night. So you can't live stream that. It's a pretty good little sunfish bluegill spot down there. Like I say, I'm just catching the toss in my pond. I do what Dockery said not to do, but everybody's different on their pond management. But I know where I'm catching my fish from. I know how clean they are. I'm not just going down to the Ohio River or some other big lake, and you never know what you might be getting. Ah, missed that one. I think I'm going to stick with one pole here for the moment. 2 of them's getting just a little bit too hard. I was actually, first got here, I was casting a little curly tail white jig head, one of them with a little blade on the front of it. I forget the exact name of it. Is it Mr. Crappie Twisters or something, or something strange? Oh, another bass. No, that little gill's coming out of the water. Oh, now there's one with some of the original genetics. Nice and fat. I mean, look at that width. Woohoo! They ain't no 10 or 12 inches yet, but you can see that the genes are there. Now he's going to be a big boy unless something bigger eats him. I appreciate everybody letting it around and letting it know. I'll probably start doing some giveaways and stuff if we can get up to 100 subscribers and 200 and each mile marker there and so forth. And get up to about 500 or 1,000. I got some pretty good size possibilities for giveaway that I'm considering. All right, let's see if it's going to allow me to take a drink of my Diet Mountain Dew here. Do the do, as Carl would say. Old Carl, he's a heck of a fisherman. So is Elston. Elston and Carl. I guess I watch their live shows more than anything at night. Well, basically because they're on at night, later in the night. Besides the talk shows or after the talk shows. Sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I got 2 or 3 screens open. Mute each one and unmute it as I see something interesting happening. Listen to the show and see a big fish being caught, jump over to that one. Which I'm sure just about everybody out there does the same thing, that's sitting at home and have access to more than one monitor at a time. We might be getting close to that dreaded 2 o'clock hour around here. Seems like fishing always slows down for me from about 2 o'clock to 4 or 5 each time. Stop it. Get off that pole. Oh, yeah, this needs another hook, doesn't it? Okay, let's get that out of the way. At least in my area, that's the way it always seems to go. Missed that one. Looking down at the screen. Saw the bobber starting to move. It might help if I actually turn that bobber around too. It might work a little better. One of them crazy moments when trying to get this rod set up. So the weight goes on the bottom. There we go. That might make my hook up a little bit better. Don't you just love it when you do silly little things like that, and it's like then you notice it, and it's like, oh, you call yourself them brilliant names. Well, they might actually slow down for a minute. I'm not going to complain because it's been a long time since I've indulged my bad habit. Kids, if you've never smoked, don't ever start. That's my public service announcement for the day. Of course, being in Kentucky, you've kind of been exposed to tobacco all your life, and it's one of those things that you kind of seem to be, the normal thing to do growing up. Everybody smoked. I've stopped a few times in my life, up to a year or 2 at a time. Seems like stress always comes along, and I guess I'd rather pick these up than pick the bottle up. I had a few wild woolly days when I was younger. These are just a little bit more responsible, I guess, in one sense. You sure ain't going to go out and hit somebody. So there's some truth to be said. Your habits can always be worse, and not illegal either. Which I have no use for illegal substances. Don't allow alcohol on my boat when I'm out in the boat. Even though I've got bourbon in my name, that's more the heritage of Kentucky that I'm promoting. Everything in its time and place and safely. It's just like up here, I'm down the road from my own place. I ain't gonna have no beer or whiskey or anything with me. I gotta drive to get back. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that you're enjoying it. I gotta find me a smaller creek around here. Something's got chubs in it. I think I know where to go to. I just ain't made it out that way. Knob Creek runs through one of the Lincoln Boyhood Home National Park areas. It's just a little park. But it's got a pretty good stream there, and I'm betting there's some in there. I just ain't went out to check. Creek I was fishing last night on the farm, it's really too big for chubs. Minnow population in general. Too many big fish. Well, now it's slowed down a minute. I'm going to transfer some of these over to the aerated live well. That's just temporary holding. Yeah, I listen to you guys all the time when I'm doing other things too. It helps pass the time. Of course, when you're out on the bank, clean up your trash. My next public service announcement. Even cigarette butts. I hate to see them lying around. I always kick the fire off of them and put them in my pocket if I don't have somewhere else to put them. Let's go over that side a little bit and see. There's an old tree that's falling down over that way, but causes a lot of lost hooks. Put that one there. Since they've slowed down a little bit, I'm going to try casting small little beetle spin. That's probably my favorite artificial bait of all time. In various sizes, you can catch just about anything on them, and I have. From bluegill to crappie to catfish. So I didn't have any luck with the second best. Would probably be a Kelly tail on a white jig head. Seems to be good all-purpose. Ah, there's one. Nice bass. Come on over here. Ah. Ooh, you're lively. Ah. That's a little bigger. Come here, boy. Yep, them beetle spins, they never fail me. Well, rarely seldom fail me. They don't usually leave me skunked if I've got them around. Nice and healthy. Can you imagine what a flathead bait that would make in the middle of the night on the river? Yeah, I need to clean my garage out too. It's a mess. I got half a dozen projects going at once, and I kind of mentioned before, I've had a bit of complications in my life in the past couple of years that kind of threw everything into an upheaval, and took a while to get my own place back. And but no negativity today. Ah, there's a little birdie nest. Every once in a while it happens. Come on. That one must have started building a while ago. There we go. Got to the bottom of it. Ooh, ho, ho, ho. That is a mess. Might be time to take and redo this reel. I don't think that's going to pull loose nicely. There you go. The pain of fishing sometimes. Let's see what kind of odd geometric shapes we can make with the line. Of course, these light lures. Whole lot easier to do that when you're not tossing as much weight. I think I'll have to set this one aside and mess with it later. Yeah, that got to be a mess. Oh well. I still got one nice bass with it. So yeah, about cleaned me on that one. I was messing with that. I saw it bobbing a little bit, but I didn't see any sense in getting in too big a hurry this time. Not like I've had a shortage of fish. Yeah, definitely slowing down. I guess they're having their afternoon siesta. Yeah, might as well sit this one back over in the truck too. Yep, there goes that barber. Oh, I think he had hold of the wine. Yep, just about pulled it off. Gonna clean it up here a little bit. I'm gonna keep fishing until I use all the bait in this one container. But the bass was really hitting the live night crawlers as I was reeling them in earlier in the day. A little hit. Gotcha. Oh, there's a big bass following him too. Looked like. Just a little bluegill that time. This is a Taurus 9mm that I've got on my hip. I have several different varieties and flavors, but the one I got on my hip now is my beat 'em up rough on the farm everyday use weapon. It's shot many a groundhog and raccoon and so forth. And it's never failed me yet. And I'll be honest, it's one I probably don't take as good a care of as I should. But Taurus has got a lifetime warranty and everything on their products. And I'm just kind of curious to see how much abuse that it will take and keep functioning well as far as the smoothness of the action and so forth. Not that I want a catastrophic failure or anything. I don't let it go that far. Well, I got the old boring cat over here with me, it looks like. I guess he thinks he's going to get him a fish. So not today, kitty. Not today. Ooh, that one went way out there. As energetic as these bass are for November, I'm wondering if a topwater lure would really drive them crazy at the moment. I've actually had some go after the bobber. Well, late in the year, fit usually, but then you don't usually see almost 80-degree days in the middle of November either. Still want one of them great big old bull bluegills that I used to catch in here. And a little dock over out of sight of the camera. I just tossed right off the end of it. See if anything's hiding over there. Ah, yep, I got something. I think it's another gill. Yeah, he's on there. He ain't very big though. I think. Yep. Yeah, he ain't very big, all right. Flathead candy. Oh, about 3 inches or so. I guess the little ones are hiding under the dock over there. go way out there in the middle. And do a slow retrieve back. I'd like to have another one of them 2-pounders. Something. I don't know if it's a bluegill or a bass at the way out there. Yeah, I'm thinking gill. He ain't displacing enough water coming out of it. I've actually had a few of these bass trying to dance on top. Yeah. Oh, he's a little heavier there. Nice looking brim. Nice golden underbelly. Oh, yeah. That's telling me there may be some big ones left in here. Let's try that again way out there. I ain't used up all my worms out of this container yet. As Carl would say, send it. So he'd be laughing at a little bluegill here today. That's bait. Yeah, you got to bait fish to. You got to fish for bait to get bait too. Ah, missed that one. Quite a bit of shade right around these edges. They might be out there where the sun's warming that water up a little bit more now, considering the time of the year. Well, let's go see if I can see what I missed. Something took a little swipe at it, but he didn't commit. Must be a little one. I'm using a pretty good size Aberdeen gold one. Say I don't want them gut hooked. Of course, with this heavy round weighted bobber, I guess we could go bombs away. So just like a bomb when it hits. And no, I ain't going to start using that on a regular basis either. Nice little breeze out here now. I can't believe the weather's this nice this year, but it's just the heck out of me on what winter's going to be like. We ain't had a bad winter in a few years here in Kentucky and Central area anyway. I think this cat might be my good luck charm. I'd take you home with me, kitty, but I don't think my dog would appreciate you. Because he'd look at you and go, oh, you brought me an appetizer. Uh-oh, watch out. Norm's getting ideals. We might all be in trouble now. Just kidding. Ah, keep missing them now. I have to wait a little longer. Give him a chance to get that hook sucked on in instead of just that worm they're yanking on. My hook up to fish ratio is starting to get a little worse here. Oh well, practice makes perfect. Gotcha that time. Patience is a virtue. That's sometimes in short supply. Oh yeah, catfish candy. I don't have much luck with skipjack or even shad too much locally around here as far as channels and stuff. Bluegills is where it's at. And of course, flatheads. Love them too. Oh, something just made the waves out there when that bobber landed. They are sitting close to the top of the water because when it's going flying over the top of their head, they move. And I've had them striking at the line today. Small one. We're going to give this spot about 10 more minutes before we head back to the farm and get these fish transferred over. I'll try to keep live streaming on my way back, kind of like Norm did the other day. Give y'all a little view of the country around here where I'm at. So, come on. Let's commit to that nice juicy night crawler. That's it. Come on. That must be a little one. Nope. Yeah, it must have been a real little one. Boy, it cleans everything off the hook. Let's see, did I get him? Yeah, that time I did. Oh, splash to the top. Well, if it ain't a bass, it's a hefty gill. I guess hefty, maybe about 7 inches or so, if it isn't sweat. Yeah, he ain't bad. You can make half a sandwich out of him. Come on, let me have my hook. There we go. Say it wasn't that difficult. So you gotta talk nice to the fish. That way the fellows out there ain't so scared of you. Say, yeah, right. Say, better not be like an Austin Powers movie. Get in my belly. Breeze, the wind's getting a little bit of a roll across the top of the lake. Going towards the opposite side. Pond, lake, whatever you want to call it. It's all interchangeable to me unless it's as small as a mud puddle. But you'd be surprised sometimes what you can find in them little bitty places. You never know unless you check. Five more minutes. Just one more cast, and then one more cast. We've all said that a time or two. Trying to stop fishing is like trying to put a kid to bed. It's never easy. Right across the top of that old tree that fell over. See if anything jumps up at it. Hopefully it don't get snagged. No, no snag, but no fish out of it either. Okay, back to where we was going. Over that way. Well, I'm thinking I've just about hit that time. Well, maybe not. I think we got another small one. That place must be loaded with small ones down in that end. Of course, that's the shallow end of the place. Yep, some more catfish candy. I'd show them to the camera, but they look the same as the last dozen I've showed. About that 4-inch size or so. I mean, no sense in showing off small fish constantly when they ain't much different. Let's go back over here off this dock again. Let's see if we can't pull another one out from that. So we can walk it over that way a little bit. Gotcha. Another one in that same size range. Real pretty coloration, real good, healthy looking fish. They definitely got a healthy appetite today. Missed the bucket. Alright, I think that's enough for this spot. I think we've helped the population out some. Let some of the other ones take and grow and grow and grow. Like I say, I'll try to keep the feed going. I don't think I'll lose signal between here and the house. I'm not more than a mile or so from my place. I'll start putting some of this stuff up. Yeah, all right. We're gonna get a little bit mobile here. Hopefully, it won't make anybody too dizzy. But as you can see, all the trees are starting to change down this way pretty nicely. The Kentucky knobs. And if you're not from this area and you never heard the use of the term knob, well, a knob's a little bit bigger than a hill, but it ain't no mountain. Okay. Just a minute, I get situated. And I'm gonna try to, I don't know if I can get this set right, but it'll show. Turn around this way. Let's see. Yeah, let's move that. Okay, that's a little bit better. Not quite. Looking at my ugly mug going down the road. Turn that radio off. Oh, beautiful day to be cruising with the window down if you ain't fishing. Alright, and away we go. Couldn't put my phone in landscape mode here in the truck in the holder. I might be able to adjust it, but I've never tried, so I'm not going to spend 15 minutes trying to figure that out. Good old country roads. Good old potholes on the good old country roads. When I was young, you never hardly saw any traffic at all on these roads, but nowadays they've gotten busier and busier. More and more farms are broken up and sold into smaller pieces for house building and such back down this road, and that's progress, I reckon. Of course, it'd be nice if progress brought broadband or cable or something out our way, but we ain't been that fortunate yet. Might be able to see the main farmhouse and equipment buildings and silo overall distance there. Look at that. 3 cars in less than what, a mile and a quarter maybe? I'm turning back in my driveway. I'm going to bounce around a bit. Old creek gravel driveway. Going on back towards my place. Sorry about the rough ride if it's a bit bumpy. got left in here? 2 people, counting myself probably. Who's the one left, Norm? Yeah, maybe it's only me by now. I don't know. Oh, Homestead, right next to my pond. All right, move around a little bit again here. Huh. I never meant to highlight that one thing. Hard to see in the sun. Yeah, we got 2 listed. I know one was me because I got it hooked up to my tablet. Okay, let's see what the entire catch of the day looks like. I'm going to point it down towards the ground there. Get the dip net over here. Okay. Trash out of that. Do it like this. Yeah, there we go. Looks like I still got about 7 gills in the bucket. I'm a little small on that. 8. Oh yeah, that's a nice bass. There's another nice one. He's not bad for a little farm pond bass. It didn't used to produce anything either. That's 3 bass. And there's the 4th bass. He had me keep 4 of them out of there. Well, I had a little tip net around here, or a bait size net. I'm trying to see where I put it. Help get these bluegill out. But there it is. That's what happens when you get old and have too much fishing stuff. Is there such a thing as too much fishing stuff? I'm not sure. Okay. See what we got now here. We've already got 7 gills or 8 in there. 9, 10. Oop. Come back here, buddy. You can't escape on dry land. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, that's a nice one. 20. That's counting for about 20. Oh, that's one more small one. 21. I counted pretty good. I said I was going to keep about 20 of them. Smaller ones anyway. Ooh, you don't like that, do you? All right. That's a pretty good haul for a few hours fishing. All right, let's give them to the new home. Walk over this way with it. See. We'll go out here